The cinema popcorn scam. This is Brown. Brown loves movies. Action movies. Comedy movies. Animated movies. But there is one thing Brown loves almost as much as movies. Popcorn. For Brown, watching a movie without popcorn feels wrong. Like eating cereal without milk. Or buying a bicycle without wheels. So before every movie, Brown always stops at the concession stand. And today was no different. Brown walked up to the counter and looked at the menu. There were 3 options. Small popcorn, $3. Medium popcorn, $6.50. Large popcorn, $7. Brown stared at the menu. Then stared harder. Something looked strange. The small popcorn seemed reasonable. The large popcorn seemed huge. But the medium popcorn? It felt weird. For only 50 cents more than the medium, Brown could get the large. A much larger bucket. Much more popcorn. Much more value. Brown smiled. Oh, I see what's happening. You can't fool me. I'm getting the large. Brown proudly ordered the large popcorn. As far as Brown was concerned, he had just defeated the system. He had outsmarted the movie theater. He had found the best deal. He felt like a financial genius. The kind of person who reads investment books for fun. The kind of person who says things like, "Actually, it's about value." Brown walked into the theater feeling incredibly smart. Then something strange happened. A few days later, Brown returned to the cinema. This time, the menu looked different. There were only 2 options. Small popcorn, $3. Large popcorn, $7. The medium size was gone. Brown immediately noticed something. Without the medium popcorn, the large suddenly looked expensive. Very expensive. $4 more than the small. Brown stood there thinking. Last week, the large felt like an obvious choice. Now it felt much harder. And that's when Brown became suspicious. Why had the medium disappeared? And why did its absence completely change the way he felt about the large? Brown decided to investigate. What he discovered was one of the most fascinating tricks in behavioral economics. The Decoy Effect. Also known as the Decoy Trap. Here's how it works. Imagine you are choosing between 2 options. Option A. Small popcorn for $3. Option B. Large popcorn for $7. Some people will choose the small. Some people will choose the large. Now imagine a third option appears. Medium popcorn for $6.50. Suddenly everything changes. The medium is only 50 cents cheaper than the large. Yet it offers noticeably less popcorn. Compared to the large, the medium looks terrible. Almost ridiculous. And that's exactly the point. The medium isn't there to be chosen. It's there to make the large look amazing. The medium acts like a decoy. A fake target. A sacrifice. Its job is to stand next to the large and make the large seem like the smartest choice in the world. Brown couldn't believe it. The medium popcorn wasn't competing with the large. It was helping the large. The theater never needed Brown to buy the medium. In fact, they were perfectly happy if nobody bought it at all. Because every time someone looked at the medium, they thought, "Why would I buy that? I should just spend 50 cents more." And just like that, they upgraded. Exactly as planned. Brown felt betrayed. The medium popcorn had spent its entire life pretending to be an option. When in reality, it was more like a marketing employee. Working full-time to sell large popcorn. But then Brown realized something even scarier. This trick wasn't limited to movie theaters. It was everywhere. Restaurants. Subscription plans. Coffee shops. Streaming services. Electronics. Even online stores. A company might offer. Basic plan. $10. Premium plan. $25. And then insert a weird middle plan. $23. With fewer benefits than premium. Why? Because suddenly premium looks like a bargain. Compared to the middle option, it feels smarter. More logical. More efficient. But the moment that middle option disappears, the premium plan suddenly seems expensive again. Brown sat quietly for a moment, thinking about all the times he believed he was making a rational decision. And how many of those decisions had been carefully guided by invisible comparisons. Then he looked down at his giant bucket of popcorn. The bucket looked back. Brown sighed. Maybe he hadn't beaten the system after all. Maybe the system wanted him to feel smart. Because people love feeling smart. And sometimes the easiest way to sell something is to convince customers that buying it was their idea. So the next time you see 3 options instead of 2, take a closer look. Ask yourself a question. Is the middle option actually useful? Or is it just standing there, making another option look better? Because somewhere out there, a medium popcorn is working very hard. Not to be purchased, but to make sure something else gets purchased instead. And Brown? Well, he still buys popcorn. He's not a monster. But now he knows why the large always seems like such a great deal.